Good, nice. 1, 2, 3. Good. 1, 2, 3.
To be CEO, you have to be crushed, expended, yet open. The man or woman at the top has the crown that lays the heaviest. It's a game of chess, only all the pieces are alive and want to move their own way. I can't complain about not having a paycheck when I secure the bag. If I want to live on my own terms, then I have to work. In my job, I chase security or the illusion of it, but in my element, the pain is there to remind me I must be brave enough to chase freedom. I do this for the freedom and those sad souls who refuse to come along die in the grave called average. I grind because my children can't. I strive because people need my struggle so it becomes their liberty. I want to give up, but I can't when I remember the future, a future without my contribution. I am an investment divinely deposited, so I must bring ROI. I grow so my world grows. I acquire so I can give. And if giving is living, I am totally alive. I am CEO, concerned, empathetic, and optimal. I'm building a tribe of those who align with the basic concept, whose souls use pain and convert it into its financial equivalent, who train not in the school of thought of mere men, but whose minds are furnished and refined in the school of life under headmaster experience. I am CEO, creative, expressive, and optimistic. And if this describes you, then you are CEO. Now click.
The only thing they see is the clapping at the finish, but no one ever thinks about the challenging beginning. I am CEO.
Molding pain into purpose, I design the life I desire.
And when you have a setback that grows their suspicion,
They see a setback, I see leverage to go higher.
the victory is not about the peak or the end, it's really about those moments where you couldn't see your friends. The ones who find peace in the deep of the storm. Everyone is chosen but few heed the call. These are the moments where leaders are born. I am CEO.
CEO Club, I am so happy to be here. It's a surprise though who I brought on, and it's already ruined because the camera is showing them. Couldn't we do something dramatic like zoom in and then? Can't get the people around here. You just can't get the workforce.
We can do spirit.
Guys, welcome to this CEO Club. I'm so happy to be here today to discuss Unstoppable. This is my favorite thing to do. CEO Club, out of everything we do, WMG TV, training people how to trade the financial markets, the stock market, all that's great. But my favorite thing to do in the whole world is to train people on how to succeed. I'm so glad that life doesn't seem like this random explosion that scientists would have us believe. It seems to be coded, and there are laws encoded and enshrined in life. And if you understand the laws, then you will be successful. And I think the super law of life is seed time and harvest time. That means there's a time to put in what we call the seeds of life. Then there's a time to put in the work, the time to harvest from what you've done in the time of seed time. I was visited today by two of my favorite people in WMG. I mean, if you want to talk about one of my favorite couples in WMG, I have to say one of my favorite. There's other people are going to feel hurt if I say they're my absolute favorite. If you want to talk about one of my favorite couples in WMG, it's Team Safdales. Okay, and I'm joined by Jessica
Yes.
and Nana.
Yes.
I call them the Safdales. So I just found I'd say this is Jessica and this is Nana. I always just call them Safdales because that's what they go by, Team Safdale. So I'm glad that you guys are here and that you've joined us today. Guys, help us do us a favor. If you're here and you're from WMG TV, we got 700 people. It hurts me every week. 700 people plus in WMG. Let's get on this call. Even if you're in this room, jump on, because we want to optimize this page as much as possible. If you're all sharing on one laptop, please jump on your own device. We want to optimize this to the max. Please also make sure that you comment comment and enjoy in the comment section below, not just in the live chat, but part of optimization of WMG TV is the comments that you guys put in beneath. We're also going to be showing you my wife and also a great guy who was with us called Aaron has mapped out the next 20 or so sessions that we're going to be doing. We're going to post all of those out so you'll be able to see each one. Now, part of why I was having this conversation today, I was going to come on this call by myself and just share with you some of the things that I've learned as secrets to momentum. But part of all of a sudden I'm visited by these guys and we start talking, we're buzzing. I'm like, wait, I've got to have you on tonight's show. I've got to have you discuss Unstoppable, because these two to me represent everything I've been trying to spend time pouring into people. And I recognize still in my own life at CEO Club, I'm in the C time of my life. But you guys represent everything. You were telling me some things before we even sat down about WMG. Now, let me ask you this, and either one of you can choose who goes first, or rock, paper, scissors, up to you. But what have you loved about WMG?
I let the man of the house go first.
Woo.
Wow.
Wow.
It's, to me, it's the community. It's the community and the support system we have in WMG. It's the easy access you have to the leadership and the people around you. You don't have to stretch longer and harder to get the results or the answers that you need. And then you have the little pockets of communities that you have. It's just a network of support systems that are well gelled that generate so much productivity.
Okay, and you told me beforehand some things had to really change for you in terms of how you think and whatever. You told me part of what you love is the CEO Club. What has really changed mindset-wise for you? Has your mind needed to change to do this, or have you just gone into this the same way as you were before?
Yeah. Do you want me to answer or you want to answer? So, for me specifically, I know that, like you very much, Chief, I know you say that you're allergic to poverty, but I can't do it.
Yes.
However, there was always this disparity between where I want to be and how I'm going to get there. So from the CEO Club, your mindset starts to shift and you start to think, actually, this is possible. Like, I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my mom always used to say to me, the people at the top, they are people. They don't have two heads. They don't have nothing else different other than what they're using up here.
Right.
So what we've actually really tried to do in our household is to embody WMG and embody you. So when you throw out certain challenges like, have you started your business? Have you da-da-da-da-da? And you'd be like, come on, who's done it? You probably wouldn't hear us, and you'd probably see us giggling because...
No, I see you guys like smiling all the time, and I love it. It's so encouraging when you're on a Zoom call, when you're trying to encourage people, and I really do. I try my hardest to really encourage and make people, come on, let's do this. And I'm like, and I'm looking for that look back, and sometimes I see faces like, you know how cows chew cud, like...
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, I just said something awesome.
You
This
dropped
should
some
wake
bars.
you up. It's like, But I see you guys. It's like,
Yes.
you're taking it. You are like the most excited people or couple, or one of the most excited couples that I see on WMG, and I love it. Practically, sometimes I'm just happy that your cameras are on, because it's so encouraging sometimes to just see somebody who's, it feels like they're on your wavelength. You're on my frequency, and it's like, yes,
Sharing the
I'm not
enthusiasm.
crazy. Somebody else is vibrating at that frequency. They've got the same, you know when you get tuning forks and you hit one, any other tuning fork out there that's at the same frequency of the one you just hit is vibrating at the same time. And I'm always looking for who am I vibing with? Who are the people who are... And it's always you guys. So I said, come on the show and maybe we can ding together and make some more of these guys go ping. Because again, I keep saying, we've got almost 1,000 people impacting WMG. We shouldn't only have 54 people on these calls. These are the bread and butter calls. It's at this time we've seen some people go from complete dormant inaction to suddenly getting action and thirst and knowledge, and they're building like crazy. And you're in another guy's team who's phenom, a phenom,
Oh my
a
God.
phenom,
He's
Mr. Chido,
The Grandmaster.
the Grandmaster Chido, the
sensei.
Ninja Trader Chido. Can we say anything else about him? But you're in his team,
Phenomenal, man, yeah.
and he is a phenom. He's consistent. You know, that's one thing I love about him. Thick and thin, just.
Yes.
He's consistent, and he's there, and he's faithful, and he's hardworking, and he's diligent, and he's visionary, and
Yeah.
he's excellent in his communication style. So when he's producing leaders like you, I'm not shocked at all. I'm not shocked at all. So we want to talk about the keys to unstoppable.
Okay.
And literally, we're talking here about momentum, and I think you guys already kind of embody that. What's coming our way, we're gonna pound through it. Now, you've had great times in WMG, I'm sure,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
You've also had some of the probably low points.
Yes,
Trading is
definitely.
like
Definitely.
it's extremes. It's like, hi, I'm happy. Oh my goodness, I'm a winner. I'm a loser. I'm failing, like
Yeah,
because you
just
lost
like,
one
the
trade.
just like the charts.
Yeah. It's up and down like the charts, literally. If you don't learn how to manage yourself. So, what have you implemented in your own life that's made you unstoppable, or is making you unstoppable? Because you're telling me you've got some serious heavy weights joining your business now, and you're building a team. You're gaining some momentum. What if you could give it to somebody? Is the secret sauce to your level of enthusiasm about this company?
I would say it's how deep is your why? How
about to
deep
say
is your
my
why?
word.
Because we come from a position where I share this briefly with you today, but majority of you see our videos, wedding videos, thinking everything is all merry. But yeah, on our day of the wedding, on the wedding day, I was made redundant.
Now hear this. Hear this. On the wedding day. Wait, were you in the wedding dancing and then you said, hey,
I was
you're
literally.
dancing, you did shocky and then
I was part of a management, part of the management team of a company, and one of the managers who I invited had the news. So we went into my room to change into my second outfit, and he said, "I've got something for you." I said, "You better hit me with it now, because no matter what it is, it wouldn't change after the wedding." And before that, take a few months back, prior to planning to the wedding, about 8 months into the wedding, I lost my job. So planning to the wedding, I lost my job. On the wedding day, I lost my job, and I said, enough is enough.
So what did you do? You didn't tell your wife.
I didn't tell my wife that I lost my job on the
You
wedding
didn't even
day.
tell her on the honeymoon apparently.
I didn't
You
tell her
went
on the honeymoon. I
You
couldn't.
got on the plane.
I needed her to
I
enjoy
was in-
the best day of her life.
Ignorance
So-
is bliss in that one.
I didn't tell her.
Ignorance is bliss.
So you are dancing like
Yeah, I was
crazy, having
fun.
a
I
good
was
time.
having the time of my life.
And you're not even Nigerian, like we can be dashing
No.
you money while you're dancing.
No.
And so
I
you
was
weren't even getting any
In the
kind of.
Caribbean spirit.
Oh, okay, so you're just doing your thing, okay?
Yeah, I was having fun.
And he's like, dancing with tears, like a tear.
He didn't even
didn't show
let
it.
on. He did
No,
not.
I just had to
His mood
unplug
didn't
that.
change nothing.
Take that. Yeah, that message came in, but this is our day.
Wow,
So let's live in the moment,
wow,
and then we sort the rest out later.
wow. So you've had that experience. What is that connected to in WMG? What's that done for you with regards to your decision to join us and what you do going forward?
It's a case of when you said what is your why when I joined WMG, I was thinking about it, and then it clicked that was my why. That fueled my enthusiasm, the energy, the deep thinking, the desire to actually win, be part of a winning community. And with that said, my wife was on the same wavelength, because having two of us on different wavelengths wouldn't really work well.
Yeah.
But thanks to God, she has the same mindset, so that was that was a given. That just was the.
But I guess also it kind of shows you there's no such thing as job security.
Yeah.
No.
Right?
It's like a myth. It's something that people rely on, and in that moment, like if you don't have any other source of income, that's it.
We didn't. We had mine. I'm on customer service salary is not great, so we had my income, and that was it. And we had bills, we had loans, we had other stuff to
Right.
pay off. Right? That my income.
Do you know what I think sometimes people haven't hit, and this is probably why they don't move. I think sometimes people have not hit their rock bottom.
Well,
I
they
actually
haven't,
will
they
tell
don't
you,
know
because you said something before that hit me. You said, I'm asking you, well, why are you doing this? You said, I just don't want to be poor.
Yeah.
Actually, that was enough for me. I didn't need why a big car, this, that. I just don't want to be poor. And I've experienced, when you've been to that place, I don't know if you've ever been there, where you are hiding in your house because bailiffs have not, it's now gone to that degree.
It wouldn't come for me. I would just walk, like when I knew they might come around, I would just not be there.
Right, and that feeling, and it's the worst feeling in the world when somebody's coming to you to violate your house and say, I'm going to take everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think people have been cushioned in a way and padded in a way, but I experienced that, and it was one of the lowest, most depressing, borderline, people say money doesn't buy happiness. I'll tell you, poverty definitely doesn't. It was probably one of the lowest, most depressing moments of my life, was experiencing that. So we talk about keys to momentum. And I'll tell you one of the first keys I'll talk about with keys to momentum. It's going to be pain.
Yes.
There's actually got to be, and I don't think I've ever addressed this as your why. What drives me more than anything is pain.
Of course.
I'll be really honest with you. It's that felt experience of what it means to not have the freedom to do what you need to do. And that's why I always say the line, when the discomfort of where you are is more than the fear of where you're going.
Yeah.
It's that burden. It's that I live life with a burden. It's not really about the money. It's about the fact that I could not help the way I wanted to. The
Right.
fact that I couldn't contribute the way I wanted to. The fact that at one point in my life I was helpless. Like I had no resources to do some of the things that I needed to do. And so it's that pain, it's that irritation. And sometimes I think part of the reason why, again, 700 people in business, 58 people, there's not enough pain. Maybe there's just not enough CEO, just like I'm CEO, you are a freedom fighter. You're not in a job now. The job's not a fight. It's you go to a job, you passively go. You are every day. I come to this office, I come on the front line of a battle against poverty. And if I stop, gravity will just drag everything backwards. So to be a CEO, you don't have to be in what's happening. To be CEO, you have to be the happening.
Yeah.
Every day.
That's the
Right.
truth.
You can't hey Sarah life. You can't allow life go. You can't go with the flow. You are the flow.
You have
Sure.
to happen to life. Like you can't
You just don't live.
allow it to do what it wants with you, because then you're just going to be tossed around.
Right, and you got all these people complaining, going, "Oh, if only things were fair. If only my government. If only this. If only that. Oh, if only my school. If only my parents. Oh, some people are privileged. Some people don't." And it's just this sappy thing
You're
that people
blaming-
do.
You're blaming outside. You can control you, right?
There it is.
So because I'm going to do what's in my control.
Right.
And what I can control is the fact that, okay, I have this opportunity. Even if, let's say, for whatever reason, you cannot join WMG, right? There is, and I was saying this to you earlier, there is so much information out there. You have no rights.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You have access to free Wi-Fi, smartphones, dumb phones, libraries.
Yeah.
Like you have all the access you could ever need within this generation.
Absolutely.
We're in the information age.
Absolutely.
But people want you to, okay, tilt your head. Well, let me open your mouth. Put the spoon in.
People
chew
want
for you.
exactly this spoon-fed process of
No.
life, and we got everything that
Right.
you need. Everything is here that you need to be 6-7 figure earner. Everything is here. This is the time where you get to see the haves versus the have-nots, the 2% who are willing to do what 98% don't do. And to be, again, I keep talking about, to be CEO, you have to be the person who you're paid. A job you get paid. As CEO, you get rewarded.
Yes.
And let me tell you, the reward is commensurate to the pain. It's like, when you get £60,000, it is there to hug you. That £60,000 is not just saying what, it's like, come, and you cry on it. It goes, it's okay. Because of all the trauma you just put yourself through to overcome your own obstacles, your own limitations, the reasons why you can't, the fear of what if people reject me and if they hurt me and all the stuff you had to act outside of your own mental capacity at times. And that in itself feels abusive. It feels like a tearing process, because it's like my mind believes I can only do this, but I push right past it, and you feel something rip on the inside of you every time you do it. That rip is called breakthrough. But you feel that rip. A breakthrough is when you push past yourself. That's what it really is. You push past your own self-imposed limitations, or you do what I do. You break your own rules. You break the rules you've imposed upon yourself. But that takes pain. That takes pain.
And mental toughness as well.
Right.
That takes some real mental fortitude.
But it also takes, like, you get a lion against the wall. You get a lion wounded, and now it's backed up against the wall. You've woken a beast.
Oh, yes.
And I think that, do you know what I want? I want the beast to wake up in people.
So here's a question. Could it be that people are not used to being paid the equivalent of the work they put in? So you're used to being told this is how much you're worth. And now you come into a place where you can determine your worth, and you're like, I'm not sure. It's
not true.
I actually believe that's part of it. It's like there's never a question on, when someone gets a job, I rarely hear them say, let me pray about it first. I've just never heard it.
No.
But when you talk to somebody about the unlimited potential to make as much money as they want on their own terms,
in a true meritocracy,
for the skill of inviting people, it's like, oh, it's so hard, and they create all these reasons why something can't be possible. And again, we're talking about momentum and being a CEO. And part of being a CEO, you got to fire your boss.
Right.
You got to fire your upline. You got to fire the people who you feel are responsible to make you great. You got to get rid of that, and you got to find it within yourself. You got to find it within yourself. That's why I call it the law of pain. You need to convert pain into the next law. The next law is the law of vision. You got to convert pain into vision. I don't want to be poor. That comes from pain, but it's not vision.
No.
I don't want to be poor, so Toby sits down in Woolwich and writes a vision. Okay, what can I do? I can't sell stuff on the streets.
Nope.
I'm not door-to-door salesman. Nope, not doing it. I don't have the money for real estate right now. No, not doing that. To be an employee, work for someone, business owner has people working for him, that can be a problem. Investor has money working for him.
That sounds good.
So I can get a little bit of money here, and I can start putting it aside every single month into an account and start investing it, trading it. And before I know it, it starts to grow and multiply. That's called turning pain into vision.
Okay.
Can you turn your pain? See, some people just stay in pain. And then they blame everybody. The government, capitalism, so bring socialism and all this stuff. I'm black and therefore I don't have. And I'm going there. I don't care anymore. I'm going there. You need to grow up. Okay? It's nothing, I'm born on the wrong side of the bed. Or I was, we got every single reason why we're not successful.
Yeah.
And you guys could have used all your cards if you wanted to. Right?
And then some.
When you're going through the pain, the most you might think the resources around you is the most affected area of your life, but what really is affected is your mental, the state of mind.
Yeah.
And I'll quote one of our colleagues on WMJ: "You need to protect your mental equity."
Good.
Right. Dami, that's for you.
Dami,
You need to
Dami.
protect your mental equity, because when you lose that, that is the
You lost everything.
you've lost everything.
You don't realize how much that also invades the rest of your life, because you just think, yeah, it's my brain, right?
Mhm.
It's fine. However, once your mind starts getting skewed, your subconscious is working overtime
Right.
on whatever you put in there.
Right.
So if you're putting in, I'm a failure, I'm a failure, I'm a failure, I can't do it because, I can't do it because, your mind is pulling that in towards you.
Exactly. And your mind will find confirming experiences.
Right.
When it finds those confirming experiences or counter, it might not even be that thing, but you just read it. That's it. There it is. The evidence.
Yeah.
I'm a failure.
See?
And I'm telling you, just this week I got into a bit of a mental funk. You know when you get into the funk? Has that ever happened to you?
Yes.
I call it the
Yes.
funk. You get into that mental funk state, okay? And it's just like wading through clay. It's just like, oh, woe is me. And oh gosh, we just didn't get this result that we were meant to hit. And and I'm down. And then I realized my brain was looking for confirmation.
Right.
And it became real. Like, I'm a failure. I'm a failure. And I'm really not.
At all, by
But-
any stretch of the imagination.
Right. This does not last. I don't stay in funks for more than, it doesn't last more than half a day.
Okay.
I reduce my funk state.
How
You
do
know,
you
some
get out
people
of
get
that?
into funk state for years.
Hey.
Like years. I kid you not. The people who I speak to will be like, I've been doing this for 6 years. 6 years!
6
And they're
years.
comfortable.
How
And
do you
they're
live like that for 6
Oh,
years?
boy.
And then I used to do that though. I had a funk state for 10 years once.
How?
It was heartbreak.
How?
How did you stay in there?
It was Cupid. It was heartbreak.
Cupid, huh?
So I was in a funk state for 10 years. I hated
Wow.
people. I was rude. It's not something like what's changed. I was rude and I was all kinds of stuff.
What's changing now?
I was just in this. I was in this funk, and I couldn't get out. And then I'll get in relationships and I'll explain why you're going to break my heart, and I'll sabotage it on purpose because I'm in a funk. I just can't. And I learned actually. Let me tell you how I learned. It's horrible. I'm depressed. Okay, depressed. I'm bulimic at the time as well. That's the depression led to I'm fat and ugly. You know, I'm bulimic at the time.
That's a real thing.
It's real. And then I'm suicidal as well. Now picture this in this state, and I'm with I'm with this girl, a friend of mine, a friend. Okay, here, be your friend, not a friend. And I'm there. We're sitting down. I'm just, and everybody's helping me. You know, because they're talking to me. Like, "Are you okay, Toby?" And I kid you not, she goes, "Will you shut up? You can't speak to suicidal people." So will you shut up, go upstairs, tell yourself who you are, and get out the state, or just kill yourself?
Did that not get you out of it?
Like that.
Quick.
Like that. I kid you not, I was like,
She slapped your narrative in the face.
what?
She just went, eh.
talk about disruptor. And I go upstairs, and I was like, she's right. She's right. What am I doing? Why am I like this? And it was like something in my brain just went,
gosh.
it just knocked on. I was like,
She literally
why
said,
do I need to? I kid
Do
you not,
or die.
she was angry.
that was it.
And sometimes I tell you what, I feel that rising in me in WMG, and I keep going, calm, you'll kill me. Calm, you'll kill me. I literally want to say, stop acting so broke and get on with it. Like I get these little measly texts. It's like, why? I haven't learned anything. It's like, have you watched the video? No.
Okay.
And you want to scream. I want to just sleep on. Just, you know, those moves you do in the arms.
Clothesline.
And just leave you there. I don't know till you grow up. I don't know. But it's that feeling. I get it as a coach. I want to just wake people up.
Yeah.
Like, the pain is a gift. And people don't realize that. Type tonight. Type something tonight. If you don't believe pain is a gift, type in Google, Oprah Winfrey, people who don't feel pain. Type in Google. There's this.
I've
it's
seen
not-
those people.
the children don't feel pain. They lie down. Like one of them was watching TV. The arm was in a fire and burnt off. didn't even know because they don't have the nerve endings
Yeah.
that communicate to
Yeah.
the brain.
Yeah.
And the parents are crying and they
Yeah.
ask them this question,
Wow.
what do you want for your child? They said, I would give anything
Yeah.
for my child to feel pain.
Yeah,
Because pain provokes reaction.
exactly.
That's why pain is
Consciously or
there.
unconsciously.
Pain is useful.
Yes, it does.
It provokes a reaction. It moves you to something. It's
an
not to
action.
be ignored. Physical, emotional, you should not ignore pain. It's there to tell you you're not meant to be at this level anymore.
It's a sense check. It is a sense. It's like, it's almost like a wake up call, like a slap in the face.
Right.
Imagine every time you feel pain, it's God slapping your face saying, "Get up, do something different. This is not where you're supposed to be," and that could be good or bad.
Right. And there's people in these great depressive states, just sad. And I feel like something there is just saying, get out of this place. You're not meant to be here anymore. It's a sign. Sometimes you're living in a house that you just know it's too small. You're just in pain. It's like, oh, this is what I got. No, something that is, it's an eagle's thing. You know that mother eagle, what they'll do?
Yeah.
Kick
Push
them out
Start
the nest.
taking, no, before they kick them out, they take everything comfortable away.
Oh.
And once they do, these pricks start going in and the babies start,
This hurts.
they don't want them to make home in the nest.
Yeah.
Just like the way you took the signals away.
Remember that? Remember
When
when
we
I
did
when
that.
I
They
shut
did
down the signals? You know, even something else I'm seeing. I disappeared slightly from the business.
Yes.
Right? I'm not there in every single second because I need people to grow up.
Yeah. We need to stand on our
I
own feet.
just need people to grow up. Oh, nobody wants to do it. They don't see my results. It sounds like it sounds like babies. to me.
Babies, yeah.
And I just want you to grow up. Just
Grow a pair.
Grow
just
up, grow up.
That's what I want to say. Thank you. They said it. I didn't say it. Okay.
It's okay.
And we're just being real.
We're all
Literal.
okay.
You need harness for business. You do.
Right?
You need guts and bowels and gold and everything. You need something, but you need pain. And you need to convert the pain into vision. The pain needs to have vision. It needs to, you need to see where you're going.
Right.
And you need to understand the vision of WMG. You need to know it. Build a tribe, a global tribe. It's a digital tribe
Yeah.
of business partners and traders and investors working together to share the secrets and strategies of wealth in the accumulation of significant wealth. You need to know that because that vision is the strategy itself. That vision, enshrined in the vision, the strategy, working together.
Yeah.
So you say, well, the people are waiting. No, working together. I don't want to go into that because that's another law we're going into. But let's talk about this law, the law of enthusiasm.
Oh dear.
This is going to kick that British spirit.
Oh dear.
That
Well,
kind of stoic, yeah. Don't
thankfully-
get carried away. That's so American.
We weren't born in Britain, so we're okay. You're in a good company.
Yeah, you gotta have a, it's a bit weird in this country to be charismatic and excited about something.
They look
But
at you
you go
like
to
you're
America, it's
crazy.
like, let's do this, man. Yeah, rock on, dude. You even get in your car in America, and you can be at a traffic light, and someone goes, hey, what down? You're like,
Okay.
how you doing? It's like, good. In your Britishness, it's like, what the? It's not polite. It's like, how was your party, man? Where y'all going? You're like, to this. Oh, it's gonna be great. Hey, pull over. Let's talk. It's like, no, I got some. See, I love the culture because it teaches that you get in an elevator here. It's like,
Sally.
Do you know
Train.
What, do you know
all
what
the
I
tune.
do?
Don't you dare smile.
When I first came here, I used to wave at people. Driving past them, we were like, hi. And they'd be like,
I remember my American friend waving at someone's baby, and I said, not doing it.
To do it.
So
I do it
cute. You're
regardless.
so cute.
I
was
do it
like,
regardless.
no, don't-
It's more for them than it is for me.
Right, but there's a cultural climate that just says don't be enthusiastic, don't be excited,
different
and
for
yet nothing gets done without enthusiasm. That's part of momentum.
Right.
Part of momentum is that you are an enthusiastic person. Enthusiastic comes from an interesting word in Latin, entheos. It means God within, actually.
Okay.
That's what it means. It means God within in its etymology, because they saw that people who had God were extremely
Vibrant.
vibrant and they were
Vivacious.
go-getters. You need a sense of, you need an engine.
Yeah.
You need a, like, imagine, I come into this office in the morning, I go, good morning, and they go, good morning. I'm like, what's that? Like, it's not even the end of the day yet. Bring that attitude at the end. Not the beginning. We need to start like, yeah. Before we did this call, I was like, let's do this. It's going to be an awesome call. Let's go. Yes. I need to see, you know, when I'm talking about business and WMG, I'm enthusiastic. I'm looking for people who are like that.
Because you would rather follow somebody or speak to somebody who is like, yeah, guys, come on. Even if they don't know what they're talking about. It's
Right.
like that lone nut.
Oh yeah,
The lone nut.
Yeah.
I'm
That
dancing by
video.
myself.
Yes.
Yep.
One person joins.
Yes.
And then soon more people join because I have enthusiasm for something.
Right.
And it starts to permeate.
But you know what I see with
Wherever we
people
are.
here? Sometimes, and I know it's going to change. This has to change. After these calls, there's what looks like enthusiasm for maybe a week,
It's that much.
and then it's like. So what I want to differentiate is this. I want to differentiate enthusiasm from excitement. Because excitement
Short.
is what people feel after a meeting like this.
Yeah.
Enthusiasm is your ability to muster excitement from within yourself, by yourself, without anybody else there.
Right.
That with yourself you can muster up the strength to be a joyful human being without the need for someone to tell a joke, make you happy, or pick you up. You have the ability, you have the equipment within yourself, the emotional fortitude to say, no, I'm going to live my life enthusiastically. I'm going to live my life. And enthusiasm makes you contagious.
Right.
Without enthusiasm, it's like you're not even on fire yet. Without enthusiasm, when you're enthusiastic, your vision catches fire. So people don't need to know your vision; they see your excitement. They go, "This is a person I want to follow."
Yeah. They don't know what you're doing. They want to get in on it.
Right. And I don't think it's possible to be unstoppable. I don't think it's possible to have momentum if you don't have enthusiasm. A sustained level of, just like as excited as you were when you joined the business, you're excited today. It's in fact, you are more excited than when you joined. Every single day you have more vim for the vision. But what I see people do is just slow. Sometimes it's like, it started here, oh, it's amazing out there. And they spoke to one person who said no, and that was it. That means your enthusiasm
Well, their
was
mom
like
said
a
no.
small little candle. Just, you were gone.
One
But when your
person.
enthusiasm is like a forest fire, you blow it, it rages more.
course.
You try and put it out, it only burns more. And you can't do life without enthusiasm. Let's move on to the next law, because I don't think we're going to get through many of these. Let's get to the next law. I'm just picking out any law here.
Okay.
Oh man, do I deal with that one?
Go there.
Let's deal with this law.
Touch the nerves.
Let's deal with this law. You're talking about momentum and being unstoppable. Oh man, this one's going to be a swear word.
Let's go.
The law of hard work.
Oh. Oh wow.
I felt the earth shake right there because the amount of people that don't believe you need to work hard, and it's like, I got no money. I joined and nothing's happened. You don't. The law of hard work. What does this mean to you? Do you guys work hard in this business?
Yes. Do we? Of course we do. We have to. It's okay. Before I say what I'm going to say, I will say that the law of hard work, yes, it's a swear word, because in the society they show you the good bits. They don't show you how they haven't slept, how they haven't eaten, how they've gone without money, how, like, no one really talks about it. And when they do, it's almost like, shh, don't talk about it too much, because, you know, we need to show the glam side of things. When you finally start putting in work for yourself, it doesn't become hard work anymore.
Right.
When you actually finally see that, you know what, babe, we're getting out. They're gonna know us. It doesn't feel like it's hard work. You just feel like I wanted, and it pushes you
Absolutely.
to work harder.
But hard work is in the beginning.
Hard work is in the beginning.
If you can, it's like a boulder. Let's say poverty is this massive boulder. You push, and you push, and you push, but see, you think you're going to push it today.
Yep.
At first, let me tell you what happens. You're pushing it, and it's not even moving.
You're moving more than the world.
It's not even moving. In fact, yeah, it's taking you back at once. If it moves, it just drops you back. It's not even moving. But what do you do tomorrow? Push it again. Then let's say you push it again. Then something happens actually. You realize something. It wasn't moving because it was changing you.
Right.
Now there's these muscles. Now you're pushing it and the thing's moving.
Right.
See, most people give up at the point it's not moving. I've caught everybody. Everybody, 7.5 billion people. You caught them all? But it's not moving. Suddenly you push, all these new muscles develop in your legs. It develops you. Your business is not there for you to work on. Your business is working on you.
Ooh, that's a word.
And if you learn to push that thing, see, most people haven't even begun to push it. If you learn to push it, suddenly you develop these muscles of sales. Pow. You develop this muscle of marketing. Pow. You develop these muscles of trading.
Analysis.
Pow. You develop these muscles of analysis and communication. You're developing all these skills. And boom, you're pushing this thing, pushing it, and now you're seeing other people coming to push.
Yeah. Coming to help you.
Because nobody will watch you while you're pushing it alone.
That's true.
Suddenly they're like, wait, he's pushing something. And that's the same thing we're dealing with. They go, oh, let's get in. Now everyone starts pushing. We get to a place now there's maybe 200-300 of us pushing, and it's right at the peak of this hill. Then
It goes on.
it starts to go down. And let me tell you, it's going down. Now people are attached to it, and they're moving with it and snowballing. And more people are snowballing. We're still at WMG,
Pushing.
just pushing. People think we're in momentum, we're not. And what happened, I think last month, people thought we were in momentum and went, let's relax now. No, we're still pushing. We're still developing. We're still getting ourselves. I know that there's a day coming where we'll have maybe 10,000 people a day jumping into WMG.
Ooh.
That's going to happen.
Right now we're growing at a rate of maybe 10, 20 people a day.
We were talking about
We'll have a day where there'll be 10,000 people a day. People will be running into
falling
WMG.
over themselves.
But the people who we see now, the people who are here pushing, are the people who have vision.
Right.
When you have vision, you can see the oak tree in an acorn. You can see the greatness of something's capability. You can see other people, oh, the website didn't work. You can see the future. And you can say, if you're smart, if I align myself with this thing, it's going to benefit me in the future.
Yeah.
It might be hard right now. Just like you have a child and it's born a baby, you go, this thing can't walk, and you throw it away. Can you imagine that?
It's crying all night.
Can't even walk, can't even talk,
Can't feed itself.
useless. That's how people are with their future, with their purpose. I know that's a horrible analogy, but with business, they see this thing and they go, oh, I don't have legs, don't have arms, don't talk.
Bye.
But if you took care of it, if you nurtured it, if you brought it up, if you engaged with it, if you communicated with it, suddenly it becomes this massive thing that feeds and pays for so many people.
Right.
And already we're seeing the life transformation, even at the initial phase of WMG. Already we're seeing the lives that WMG is transforming. We're hearing stories every single day of people who are like, my mind has it feels like someone's done surgery on my brain and it's shifted. Other people are like, I can't believe I've made my entire year's salary. One person told us this year that they made more than they made in their full-time job in 1 month in WMG. Other people are showing that their trading results are producing like crazy things for them. Other people who love the community and what we're bringing in. Then you have that one or two odd ones who still have those poverty goggles. And all they see is, oh, this don't work and that don't work. And it's one or two things, and then they're getting this big picture of where something can go. The law of enthusiasm is so needed, but the law of hard work.
Talking about hard work, down at the Softails, when we started, like he said, we were just getting to the point where we had to build the muscles to support what we were learning. And we argued in our household. She thought spring was springing
Why?
downwards into something. I thought spring is on the left hand side of
Go
the
there,
chart.
expose
So we were literally going back and forth in the house. And I said, you know what? I'm learning on my own. You learn on your own. When we meet Pastor Chido on Sunday, we throw our questions out to him because he knows. And slowly and surely, she does her hard work during the night. So she's a night person. She will stay at night till about 4 in the morning, and then I'll be up at 4 in the morning putting in the hard work. So eventually, when things started shifting, and then we started understanding the chart, the analysis, and the system, when she analyzed on her own, I do my analysis. We compare it, spot on. We put it in the group. People are feeding onto it, and then that was when things started shifting. But before then, we had to put in extra work and creating systems within our own small groups. And when you get to a point, I think you'll be listening
Yes,
down. We talk
we're
about
gonna go
that.
through that for sure. The next one I want to touch on, we talk about hard work, but this is important. This one marries hard work. The law of productivity. The law of productivity. You can work hard or you can work smart. And the law of productivity means that you're working smart. To be productive means that you've got to plan your work and then work your plan. Essentially is the key of productivity. Now I've seen the vision where I want to go. All I need to do is do the same things every single day. And actually I'm going to marry these laws, the law of hard work, the law of productivity, and the law of feedback. All laws I'm going to put together right now. And what I mean by this is, to be productive, and I sat down with a few people, I did some coaching sessions here in the office. If you want to bring your team to the office, bring them, and I'll do a coaching session with your team. But I've done, some of the smart ones have brought their teams here, and I've been able to sit down with their teams and actually do a coaching session with the team and help them put together a plan to be earning £250,000 before the year's over. I showed them the exact plan. I said, if you do this, this, and this. I showed them a systematic plan, and I'll give it to you. Is there a pen and paper someone can hand me? Like a black pen and paper, and then I'll be able to make. I don't know if the camera will pick it up if it zooms or what, but I hope it will. I want to show you something that I do, not the pen. I can't stand the noise that thing makes. Okay, I'll do it. I'll muscle it. It's the ashy kind of noise. It gets to my soul. Okay, let's do it. Thank you. All that noise.
Do it. You can do this.
Scratches.
I'm gonna show you.
So it's something like this, guys, and I don't know if you can see it, but this is what I do to increase my productivity. Okay? What camera are you on? Camera 2? Can you see it? Is it exposed? Something like this. If you zoom right in on that, it's something like this to increase my productivity. This is what I work on. 0 to 10 scale. And I did it with so many people in the business. Let's say 10 over here is you earning, and you need to put a number. I call it your independence number. I wanted people, I didn't want them to hit their financial security number. Some people gave themselves 4 months to hit independence. I said, can we do it in 1 month? Can we do it in 1 month? And by the way, we put out competition in WMG. You want to pay attention to our competition because I'm giving you the ability to win £10,000 cash. If you're not in WMG, you don't have access to it, join us, okay? £10,000 cash I'll be paying by the end of this month to someone who goes for my competition, okay? Again, if you're not enthusiastic, you're just looking like, yeah, okay. It hurts me. I'm praying for the enthusiastic people to come into WMG. 0 to 10. Here's 0, here's 10. Okay? 5 is the halfway point. That's the halfway there. What's that noise?
Sorry.
So I put here, let's say your independence goal to be financially independent, let's say it was 5K per month.
Okay.
Is what you wanted to make. And I said to them, when you hit independence, you're going to come work for me full time. You're going to come work with me. Not for me, with me. We're going to build this business globally. That's what I said. I said, if I'm going to show you this plan and you hit it, you need to come, I need to expand this office and get a bigger one. You need to come work with us. Okay, because we want to make we want to change a lot of people's lives, and we need a big team to do that. Okay? And I said to them, this is it, 5K. Can you hit this 5K per month goal? How'd you hit it? What are the things that you need to do to get halfway? Halfway is what? Per month. What do you need to do? So I said to them, point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, then point 5. You need to write down, I'm not showing you online because that's the secret sauce. You need to write down, and I gave them the secret sauce. I gave them the formula. Because people tell me, how long did it take for you to move from Woolwich to Windsor? It took a year.
Wow.
It took a year. How long did it take in the build-up? A lot of pain. A lot of overcoming myself. Finally, when I got over myself, it took a year. It doesn't take long. It took a year to be on the kind of income we're on. We saw our income grow leaps and bounds because this is a momentum thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do these 5 things and you'll hit that target. And I gave it to them. And you can do it by yourself. If you really sat down and thought, you could do this by yourself. You could put together a 5-point plan that if you do these 5 things, and then what you do, by the way, you put a date on these numbers. So this one is halfway through the month. If I'm giving you a 10K gift for hitting a certain target, you can hit it by doing exactly what I'm saying. I'm giving you a whole month to do it. Yeah? And then when you hit it, you got to say, I am CE over in the group. If you're the first one through the post and we verify it, that's it. You're earning on top of your bonus and commission £10,000.
Crazy.
Where are my enthusiastic people?
Crazy.
Where's this chat today? What's happening?
I don't know if people are.
It's the 1
they're
or
not
2.
used to it.
It's the 1 or 2
They're
we'll
not
bring.
used to it.
Okay. Here is the 5 point. Then once you hit 5, once you hit 5, guys, you're gonna do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You've hit it. Are you gonna rest after that? No. You're gonna level
Good
up.
momentum. Yeah.
Let me tell you how you level up. Then you do a new one, 11 to 20. That's how I level my life. I think right now I'm on level 50.
Wow.
I'm on version 5.0 of myself.
Okay.
Okay? This is how you determine what version of you are right now. Some of you are level 0. Or some of you are minus something. You're not even in the positive. You haven't even started. Level 1 first. Once you've done level 1, then go to sorry, this is level 0. Then go level 1. This is 0.1, 0.2. This is it. Then go level 1. Then your version 2.0 of yourself. You're hitting your version 2.0 plan. Then level up again, version 3.0, version 5.0. Right now with WMG the way it is, remember we were WMO. No, we were WM. Then we were WMO. Then we were WMG. Now we're WMG 2.0. And I'm well ahead of WMG 2.0. WMG 2.0 is actually, it feels like level 1 now. I'm already on a new project called 7 Streams. I haven't even spoken about 7 Streams. It's a top secret plan that I'm working on right now as we speak. That's how fast I've learned to hit productivity. And when you hit productivity, there's something you do. It's called the law, and make these goals realistic. Otherwise, if you fail on them, you'll disappoint yourself. Make them realistic.
Yeah.
And then let me tell you what you do when you hit these goals, when you smash it. You review. It's called the law of review. The law of review needs to take place at every level.
Right.
You need to be able to review, how well did I do on this? What could I do better tomorrow? Because these things are things you're going to do every day. Even when you get to level 2, you're just going to do the same thing at a higher level.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yes.
That's called the law. If you could do this for yourself and for your team, if you can actually start coaching your team, which is where we'll get on to the last law because our time is up. The law of, I'll mix 2, the law of leadership and collaboration. You cannot build momentum if you refuse to be a leader. You cannot be a leader if you do not co-labor. collaborate. It comes from the word to co-labor, which means you cannot do it all by yourself. So you who are like, I'm not going to build till I become a great trader, forget it.
Right.
Because most of the guys I've spoken to in the business who became great traders did not do it by themselves.
Yeah.
They built a team
Yeah.
with whom they collaborated to achieve their success. They did not achieve business building success by themselves.
Right.
They built a team with whom they collaborated to do it. And I'm going to talk about the 3 people you need on your team, but if you guys could tell us a bit about your leadership and your collaboration.
Yeah.
So for us, and I think Nana touched on it earlier, we went within our uplines team. So within Pastor Chido's team, we decided that when you stop giving the signals, we looked at each other and we were like,
Yeah, there was a day I said, no more signals.
yeah. When he did that, we looked at each other and we were like, this is great, but what do we do now? And we said within ourselves, okay, we know A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but we don't know the rest of the alphabet, right? There are people within WMG who knew the rest of the alphabet, and a lot of those people were in our team.
Okay.
So we decided, okay, I even tested the theory of being able to reach out within WMG to people that you don't know. And I reached out to Miguel I was like, Nana, I just messaged him. Oh my goodness. Because I'm not used to doing that. That's not my comfort zone, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be like, oh, hey, I will say hi to random strangers, but not to somebody that I can see is like where I want to get to.
Right.
So I got out my comfort zone. I was like, hi, Miguel, just saying, I liked you, blah, blah, blah. I found a reason to say hi. I didn't just go like, hey.
Like creepy.
I found a reason. And to be honest, talking to Miguel, he is so full of knowledge, so full of what you see of him is just like, he's like an iceberg. So you see on videos, you see him, you see the awe that is Miguel. But then when you actually speak to him and get down to earth and down to brass tacks with him, you reach out to people in WMG, and we've had people reach out to us that aren't even in our team.
Right.
We don't benefit financially from them.
Right.
No. We're sharpening our mentals. We are expanding our presentation skills. We are learning to work with people.
But most people are like, I can't help you because it's not going to give me any money.
That
It's
don't make-
actually developing you to help people who are not
That
in your
doesn't make
team.
any sense. Because if you work harder at your job, are they going to give you more money?
Right.
No. You're still going to get the same pay. Okay, they might give you a gift card. Well done. Congratulations. That you can only spend in one place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Or
we-
£5. They used to give us £5 gift cards for
Wow.
Christmas.
I think one other thing I'll touch on is you utilizing the people within your team. We recognize that at some stage in our learning process, we hit a brick wall where we couldn't tell what is what within our home. So we know in upline, he has been brilliant throughout our journey. That hands down, he has been amazing. Sensei, Grandmaster Chido, thumbs up. And he has built members of the team who are so knowledgeable in what they know. So it's up to us to actually tap into their knowledge and then extract what they know from them. And in doing so, we believe that to be a case where they are also sharpening their tools. So we reached out to them and said, guys, is there any way would you guys be interested in actually just us? If Pastor Chido wants to join, that is fine, he's open to join, but just us. Every day we do our own learning, our own clinic where we learn from each other. So every day, Monday to Friday.
See that? They didn't wait to have it all, to know it all before they led. Leadership is service. It's what people don't realize. People think leadership is being the guy at the top. You are the guy at the top if you serve. If you serve others, if you serve with what you know right now. It may not be everything. That's why we talk about the law of contribution. If you contribute at the level you're at right now, you become more the more you give. giving is living. The more you contribute, the more you become. The less you contribute, the less you become.
Yes.
Contribute to
Yes.
people.
Yes.
Help people. Teach them what you
Yes.
know. Even if all you know is the spring, sit down with them and say, look, I get springs. Springs are this, that, and the other. If all you get is how to build a business, then teach. Contribute your part. You know, there was this famous speech, I think it was by Churchill. I think they hate him now, I don't know. But Churchill said,
He was
ask
great.
not what your country can do for you. Ask instead what you can do for your country.
Yeah.
That is the kind of country that if I was a president or a leader of a nation, those are the kind of people I want to lead.
Yeah.
Not people come and go, the streets are dirty. You know when you have a wedding? You pay for everything, and people come and go,
They still be like,
the fee was cold. Did you pay? Excuse me, did you even buy me a gift?
some of them didn't even turn up and still complain. Oh, it was on the wrong day.
It was right. It's like these non-contributors to society who want to. Like I've even heard people talk about an airplane. Oh, the airplane this airplane is dirty. Have you made an airplane?
But can you
What
fly?
have you contributed?
Do you have
Have you
wings?
made a plane? This heavy metal machine is propel. Can't you just be in awe for a moment that something that weighs that much is suspended in the air, holding you and everybody else up? Can we contribute? The opposite of contribution is complaining.
Oh,
And there are people in this world
wow.
who are serial complainers. Like
They
that's
sit
it.
on the fence.
Their job is to find what's wrong with everything. Guys, our time is up. I hope you've enjoyed this session of Unstoppable, because all of you are watching our CEOs. And let me tell you, if you're irritated, it's a good thing. We plan on offending everybody equally in CEO Club. This is what it's all about. Your mentor is your tormentor. And if you're not irritated, if you're not frustrated, we have not done our job. Our job is to come against about every single weak point. You just want to give yourself reasons to just be where you are. And you got to turn your excuses into reasons. You've got to propel yourself forward. You've got to believe. You've got to stop leaving things to providence or some elusive belief about destiny that you're just going to go with the flow in life. You got to determine and chart your course, and you got to say, this is where I want to end up. This is the date I want to end up by, and I'm going to happen instead of life happening to me. Guys, hope you've enjoyed CEO Club. You are unstoppable. Catch up with you next week.
The only thing they see is the clapping at the finish, but no one ever thinks about the challenging beginning. I am C. Clapping at the finish, but no one ever thinks about the challenging beginning. I am CEO.
Molding pain into purpose, I design the life I desire.
And when you have a setback that grows their suspicion,
They see a setback, I see leverage to go higher.
the victory is not about the peak or the end. It's really about those moments where you couldn't see your friends. The ones who find peace in the deep of the storm. Everyone is chosen, but few heed the call. These are the moments where leaders are born. I am CEO.
Good. Nice.
To be CEO, you have to be crushed, expended, yet open. The man or woman at the top has the crown that lays the heaviest. It's a game of chess, only all the pieces are alive and want to move their own way. I can't complain about not having a paycheck when I secure the bag. If I want to live on my own terms, then I have to work. In my job, I chase security or the illusion of it, but in my element, the pain is there to remind me I must be brave enough to chase freedom. I do this for the freedom and those sad souls who refuse to come along die in the grave called average. I grind because my children can't. I strive because people need my struggle so it becomes their liberty. I want to give up, but I can't when I remember the future, a future without my contribution. I am an investment divinely deposited, so I must bring ROI. I grow so my world grows. I acquire so I can give. And if giving is living, I am totally alive. I I am CEO, concerned, empathetic, and optimal. I'm building a tribe of those who align with the basic concept, whose souls use pain and convert it